Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are in the world. If you can hear me, you won't be seeing me just yet, but you will be hearing me. Give me a 5 in the comments. I can see Rustic71, Tracy Tourism, Grumble234 with Lover, a 525. What you're seeing on your screen is English Lives Matter. I think you can all agree with that. Adam, hey G, how you doing? Birthright Free, Evening DD, Julie Oatway. Let's see how many other people are out there. Archernot, hi Graham. My book arrived today. All good. Let's see if I can actually put that on there. Right. I'm not in my best attire today. In fact, my barnet's all over the place as well. What you should all be pleased about is I'm finally making some progress with the book, right? I haven't completed the whole of the preface to it, but even writing the preface is quite difficult, right? Because you're trying to make the preface as interesting as possible so someone, whether they be a layperson or whether they be a legal professional, would pick it up and say, I want to actually read this. Let me click that off my screen. And then we're going to get into the different chapters. I'm going to go through some things. I'm going to go through quite a lot of detail of why Parliament isn't sovereign, and that's even in the preface. That should trigger inquiry from anyone that wants to really understand why it isn't sovereign. And again, I put all that information in there. I'm now getting the video footage back from Mablethorpe, so I'm hoping to have them, both of them, hopefully uploaded within the next couple of days. It will be directly uploaded to, and I'm hoping what we want to do is sometime this week I'll be doing a fuller episode on the rape and torture gangs and an inquiry of Rupert Lowes. I want to spend some time going through that. If any, as far as I know, it hasn't been put out yet, but I haven't really been on social media at all today, so I don't know what's going on with that. You'll have to advise me. But the two videos are very good, and again, Adam H.E. is massively assisted in that. Let me have a quick look, see who else is out there. Grumble, Jason. Oh, Jason. Back on there. Put that on there. FaceTime, put that on there. Hopefully everyone's seeing me again. You might have a bit of playing up with this tonight, so it depends how long I'm going to do it for. And the reason for that is because I've got lots. I've got lots in the memory of the computer, and it's not going to like it. In particular, I've got a massive document which I'm going to show you in a couple of minutes. At 5:05, I'm back. If it goes off again, just be patient. I'll click through and bring it back up again. But because of the memory on this laptop, it doesn't like it. But I was asked for a couple of questions on things, and I'm just going to show you something because I think this is important to send it out. So hopefully, I think that's what I'm about to show you. So on your screen at the moment, let's see if I can blow this up. This is while a moderate and necessary use of administrative law cannot be a bad thing if consented to by the general population, its overuse to restrict rights and liberties, it cannot and should not be used to erase rights or constitutional statutes that say in various phrases forever. Even A.V. Dicey said that, right? So just to make sure, the secret people, someone has contacted, West Oz Daz has said, I'd wish I had access to your library. Well, secret people in this, let me put it out there, has put a massive library out there. You've got direct access to that library. And some of the stuff I could show you there, you would be shocked at how good it is. Let me put that out to everyone because it's not actually gone out to anyone. There you go. Everyone should get access to that. There's a link there. I realise this wasn't addressed to me, but knock yourself out. He's put the entire, all good, right? Now, one of the things that I'm going to emphasise is there is a book on there that shows you all our constitutional history. I can't remember how many pages it is, but it shows you all the history and it's got the original Bill of Rights in it, right? So actually, and one of the things it shows you, the full text of the English Bill of Rights of 1688 that ensured no one can change the settlement after this present Parliament. If they do, those changes are null and void, right? What does this mean? You as Protestants have the right to keep and bear arms. This is so crucial because the rights of the English Bill of Rights came from the Convention Parliament, in effect after a civil war and then after the Glorious Revolution, which 100 people got killed in that. So it wasn't entirely bloodless. But my point to you is what this says. Now, I want to bring this up on the screen so everyone actually sees it. Let me see if I can push that up and see if you can get that on there, right? Now, I'm going to read it out. Non obstantes made void, right? Now, this was technically in there, it was section 2, right? But, and be it further declared and enacted by the authority aforesaid, that from and after this present session of Parliament, no dispensation by non obstante of or any statute or any part thereof shall be allowed, but that the same shall be held void and of no effect, except a dispensation to be allowed of in such statute, and except and, right, not an or, and except in such cases as shall be specially provided for by one or more bills or bills to be passed during this present session of Parliament, right? Now, bear in mind the Bill of Rights said forever 4 times. The Bill of Rights gave us the right to keep and bear arms for to protect ourselves, for self-defence. It said as allowed by law, and as allowed by law meant self-defence was always allowed by law. It also states that if you go and read the actual declaration and the debate at the time, which again, we've got direct access to those records, which were not shown previously to anyone. Those debates literally centred on what is lawful, and what they said was, well, what's unlawful is poaching, what's unlawful is murder, what's unlawful is manslaughter, so anything else, this is the way English law works, is quite lawful, any form of self-defence, and any weapon that is suitable to your condition, which means what you can afford, right? So if there's someone out there that can afford, let's say, an AK-47, then you can have an AK-47. You can also have more than one, by the way, we've got that in writing as well. that you can also have an armory in your own home. You can take any one of them weapons out, and they're not allowed to impede that right, because it's your absolute right to be armed for self-defense. Now, what you'll think odd is they, let me just take you this part, no discipline thereof. They actually took out that part, and then they took about, and then they took out that part, right? So what they did was they back and fronted it in 1948 and changed the meaning of the paragraph completely. That was unlawful, because this actually says you cannot, or any part of thereof shall be allowed. You can't change any of it, right? And the one that they took out completely was this one, right? And I'm highlighting it so everyone can see it, right? That was the one below it. They took that out in 1858, I think it was. Provided that no charter or grant of pardon granted before the 3 and 20th day of October in the year of our Lord 1689 shall be in any ways impeached or invalidated by this act, but that the same shall be and remain of the same force and effect in law, and no other than is this act had never been made. What does that mean? It means literally, and it literally means this, that the English Bill of Rights protected, and it states that in the Bill of Rights, our ancient laws and customs. It protected from tyrannous monarchs, parliament, or judges, because it also mentioned the judges were evil counselors to the king. The Bill of Rights basically did not ever give Parliament authority to rule in its own cause. It basically gave the powers back to the king with some limitations, and was told you cannot do this, this, or this. But the same limitations applied to Parliament, and the same limitations applied to the judiciary. And it was that separation of powers that gives us, the people, our protection from tyranny. And what they've done by stealth over time is changed that. They've removed the knowledge of the English Bill of Rights from your memories, even though, in effect, England has been a nation for 1100 years, or will be next year. All of those laws and all of our ancestral rights and our inheritance is protected, again, by the Acts of Settlement of 1701, right? So why am I telling you this tonight? Because rather wonderfully, and I can't bring it up because if I do, the camera's going to go off. The Secret People, this person here on your screen as we speak, who is a wonderful chap in Essex, English constitutionalists. The English are freeborn and self-governing by consent, whereas the laws of England are the birthright of the people thereof, right? So he says on his account, he says what it is on the tin, what he does. And he has got an extensive online library. I think he's also a member of the Selden Society, which I am, and a number of you are as well. Again, I want to say thank you to Simon Lacey, because this come in handy today, right? Because I'm now going through some of this stuff, and when I'm writing the book, I can reference and pick up the books. If you was to ask Janet, right, I've got all right. So I'm going through not all of the books, but many of these books, and I'm writing certain things, and then I'm saying, "Oh, where did I read that?" And that was this, and I'm picking it up, and then going to the section in the book, and then doing footnotes, even in the preface of the book, that actually has got the quote, and then telling you where. So when you write a book like this, people are seeing the evidence of what's being said. And they'll say, so who wrote that? And you would say, Sir William Anson, Oxford. one of our scholars in law who wrote this particular book. Let me find that one. And all of these books are here. So that's the Law and Custom. Let me show you the inside of it. And it's really important that people understand that all of this stuff. Let's bring it down now. This one's 1909. Actually, there's 3 of them, volume 1 and 2, but it's in 3 parts. And let me see if I can show you it before I do anything else. Screen share. Nope. Come off of that one. Let's go on to that one instead. Why has that gone all funny on me? Don't ask me. There it is. And there you'll see the book. The Law and Custom and the Constitution, Sir William R. Anson, Bart D.C.L. And it should tell you who he is. Let me have a look and see what it is. Of the Inner Temple, Barrister at Law, Warden of All Souls College, Oxford, in 3 volumes. Volume 2, The Crown, Part 2. Right, and then it tells you who and what he is, and as you'll look on the bottom of that one, this one is actually 1908, and again, this is an original. So I just want to make sure you see all that. You can't see that; it's too close. So now what you're seeing is my crutch. Janet's laughing. Right, she thinks it's fun. That's why I have to put. That's why I have to put bottoms on that at all times. You could get some. This could be very scary. Let's do it. Scaring you, not me. Right. But there it is. Right. So let me just make sure. There are Brit brothers and Sassanite sisters. Sassenach sisters, Pamela TXL70. And I'm going to emphasise this. By the way, the video we got coming up of the thing, we talk about the Scots, right? And neither the Scots nor the English wanted the political union. I will say the English Bill of Rights and the Claim of Right in particular protects Scotland, England, Northern Ireland and Wales and the Protestants, because we were the ones being persecuted and abused, raped, shot, couldn't get work, etc. And basically it's our country. So just to make sure everyone's understanding that. Saxon Cocktail. Saxon Cocktail, are you the person who was a Yorkshireman living somewhere else? If I remember it correctly. You can put a little chat, put something in the thing. So again, what I'm doing is starting that's it. I'm starting to get stuck into this. So literally, even the preface of this book, which I haven't finished, is probably going to take me 2 days or 3 days just for a few pages of drawing people in to make sure that they're going to look at you and think, we want to read this, right? I'm going to try and attempt to make it one of the most interesting books, because it is not written by a lawyer, it's not written by a solicitor, it's not written by a judge, it's written by one of us. So because the Constitution is a structure that's put in place which governs and limits the state, but it also protects and allows for the subjects of the realm, right? So a subject of the realm, technically you have to have allegiance to the king, unless the king is acting in a tyrannous way or in a way that is against the people. And I personally believe that this king had like it or lump it, the previous Queen, Queen Elizabeth II, everyone's saying, oh, we love Queen Elizabeth II. I've got to be honest with you, we lost most of our rights during that reign. And I think it's something that people should really understand. Whether or not it was directly her fault is a different conversation. All I do is look at our rights and what we're doing. So asking my opinion, restore. Video stopped. Is it only me? Is this still going? You might be watching a little bit later. According to conscience, but I would never vote reform. Stop for me. Rumble has come that far so fast you can't even conversate. Let me have a look. So Jason, if that's Jason from the USA, I was having a discussion with Janet today, and one of the things that I'm going to do with a book, because you've asked a number of times, is for me to correlate how it is the American Constitution comes from England, and what are the laws and how is it structured that it went from us to you, right? So there's three main laws. This is where it kicks in, where England is 1100 years old, right? So I'm not being rude to Americans because I love America and I love Americans. Unless they're Democrats, then I don't like them. Unless they're constitutionalists. There's a lot of caveats there, isn't it, really? You've got to be a second amendment. Let me tell any American out there with a full armory, right? If you want me to come out and inspect your armory, I will. So, but this is the key point. You're in America, your First Amendment come from 4 separate laws over time from England, right? So the reason why it's a lot more difficult, really, to put this in place is because you have to have an infographic, and each one of the rights on the Declaration of Rights, on the First Amendment, Second Amendment, Third Amendment, Fifth Amendment, whatever, right? And then I have to map how these 3 laws of England were not condensed, but pushed into that. And that's why America is a common law jurisdiction, but one of the reasons why it refers back to England and the common law and the judgments of England, Coke, for example, Edward Coke and many others, is because instead of pushing all of that, some of the best law libraries with English law are in America, right? And what they do is they show you where it all come from. But what I'll do is just map them across. So you will then be able to say, so our freedom of speech come from the Petition of Right, come from this, come from that, right? And it, because those rights didn't just appear in one document or one point in history. Some of those rights took hundreds of years. The Second Amendment is really Justice Antonin Scalia, in her case, referenced historic inquiry, and he said, like, it should not be infringed, and roughly his words were as if it was a pre-existing right. And then he says, sure enough, with historical inquiry, it comes from the English Bill of Rights. And then what he does is he goes through that. But the part that he didn't mention in that case was it was a pre-existing right prior to the English Bill of Rights. We had been disarmed by foes, meaning the Protestants had been disarmed by foes. And King William and Princess Mary, or Prince of Orange and Princess Mary, negotiated with the people. They were invited to assist us in England because 3,000 of our troops had exiled to Holland. They was invited to come over and help us. Strategically, King William needed to make sure that England did not fall to the Catholics because there was already problems in France, there was problems in various other areas in Europe, and he wanted to make sure strategically, within reason, he had somewhere to go. Right, bit like why I've got a strategic interest in why America, not that you'd ever let me in a country, other than temporary, that is, to go to, I don't know, Florida or so, because you think I'm a tourist, right? In America, we've got a vested interest in ensuring that America is always free, right? Because it means for the free people of the world, if we've got the most powerful nation backing us up, and I don't mean militarily, I mean with the court system, and that keeps pushing that, then we've got much more chance of surviving in England. And England is, like I've just said, the beating heart of the United States of America constitutionally, right? And that's why England is under attack, not Scotland, but England. So there's a lot of things that's going into that book, but what I'll be doing is mapping them across. That will take quite some time on its own to go through all that, but I intend to be doing that. So really and truthfully, if anyone wants any of that library, online library, The Secret People, has put a link to it on there. So hopefully it's still on there. Let me paste it out there again. There is a link to it, and all you've got to do is click on that, and it will take you in there. If you look at, I think it says historical laws or constitution, and it says historical constitution. If I can bring this up, I will. The camera might go off if I do it. Let me see if I can find it for you. Let me have a look. See if I can push this in there. Someone's just asked a question. If we're not allowed to defend ourselves, does the state have to provide that defence? Is that part of why they took it off us? If I'm honest, what they did was unlawfully took it off us. The peelers were never allowed to be armed. There was a particular case in history, not long after the riots of Peterloo, and then you had a situation with a group of people called the Spencers, or Spencerines, I believe they was called, and the Chartists and all that, and there was really people started getting a bit like that, severely wound up and saying like, we're not having this anymore. And at a particular event in London, the peelers went and took arms from the Tower of London, which were basically cutlasses, and there was two of them. One would do the normal conversation if there was anything wrong, and be walking around like a normal peeler, if you want to put it that, and the other one carried the sword, right? And then loads of people come in to London and went up to the peelers and said, take them swords back to the armoury. The only people who are armed here are us, not you. Because otherwise you start looking at an army, or in effect, so the police, in effect, are now currently a paramilitary, because they're a civilian force armed against the people, and that was never allowed in England. The people can be armed, the military can be armed, and in readiness to defend the nation, but never against the people, although that's happened as well. So no, it's not for the state to defend us, although there are elements that I could read you that you would be shocked at. What's this one? Jace, Graham, Steve Hilton, the Englishman, is now officially the Republican running for governor. to go against the Democrats. Well, that would be superb. He's wrote a couple of books. There's some things I disagree with what he says. I'm not sure if he's Jewish or not. I think he is, and he's also a strong Zionist. That's a different story. I'm only interested in America or England and America. I'm not interested in anything else. I just want to make sure we all rock forward. Graham Moore, Susan Shirley, question: who do we approach to complain about the fuckery with our rights, DD? One of the things that I'm hoping to start putting forward, and we've got a longer event in where was it? Was it Western Superman? Western Superman, and that's going to be an all-day event. But we're specifically talking about then that what they're doing to the local councils and the regionalisation, and the fact that they're going to be getting rid of Somerset, Devon, Dorset, etc., and creating a regional assembly. They'll be getting rid of parish councils, district councils, county councils, shire councils, etc., as they've already done in London, as they've already done in Scotland, as they've already done in Wales, as they've already done in Northern Ireland. And what we're going to be doing is, hopefully, I'll be talking about the process of that. I keep meaning to ring someone, and I've got to ring the lady up, because I'm going to go through the European Union side of it, and how and what and where it all come from, right? Because people don't know. But who do we approach to complain? The direct answer is you're covered by two sets of laws, right? So the question was, who do we approach to complain about the fuckery with our rights, right? So you need to do two things. You whoever it is that's messing with your rights, you need to put a claim in against them, but you need to know where and what the right is that you're claiming against. And you would claim damages in private law against them, but you would also tell them, and we need to find a way of making sure it flows through, that there is a criminal injunction that stops them from doing it. It's called public law, right? They're in contempt of sovereign or contempt of statute, and it's still the law of the land. But people need to know how, I agree, to push this forward, right? And they will be doing it. So glad I've actually started viewing this show via the Rumble platform. Thanks for all the links being provided. No worries. Kew Gardens, Roger Cook died. Oh, when? Has Roger Cook died? That's a shame if he has. He was old though. Grasshopper, evening, Sue Ellen. DD sent you a reply back to my email. Hang on a minute. Went to my email you sent about a question I needed to ask you. Jackaboo sent you a reply. I don't know where that come from. Let me go and have a quick look. Rumble. Not on there. Ouch. Was that the one I've just sent? More tickets? I don't know what that one's about. Not sure if that's on there. I ain't seen anything on there at the moment. Unless it's further down there. Let me have a look. Pop list. It's hard for me to look at emails on here. I've got so many emails coming in. It's like, I'm like, oh, look, there's one. Was it you who asked me that question? No, that was someone called Nigel. And then I replied, I don't think there's any answer to that. So someone asked me a question earlier and I've just sent them to DJ. Oh, let me have a drink of this coffee. Yeah, I never knew he died. That's a shame. But we all got to die sometime. DD, it was on Proton or Issa reply back to me. I ain't seen that yet. Stafford, John, Bam, Hi D, Stafford. Let's have a look. I can't see any of them. Let me go and have a look at something else. Before I do that, I'll just see something else come in. Let's have a look. What was I looking for? I know what I was looking for. This. Let's see if I can bring this up on the screen. Right, here we go. Oh, my neck. My neck keeps clicking. It's hurting my neck. WhatsApp. I think that's on WhatsApp. Yeah, it is. Right. So this is one of the documents that is in the repository of Secret People, right? England's historical constitutional documents and statutes from 560 to 1706. 1706, 1707 is when the Acts of Union kicked in, right? So everything prior to that was English only, right? Scotland was a separate jurisdiction. England's, and it still is technically, England's historical constitutional documents and statutes. There it is. So what I'm going to try and do is bring this up a bit more clearer for you. This is why it's so fantastic. England's documents and statutes, right? Section 1, Anglo-Saxon Dooms, 560 to 975. Map of Anglo-Saxon England. Laws of Ethelbert, King of Kent. Laws of Hothelware and Edric, and it tells you who they are. The laws of King Withred. Some of these names are a bit hard work. The laws of King Alfred, the laws of King Edward the Elder, the laws of Alfred, Guthrum, and Edward the Elder, the North People's Law, the North, of Mercian law, the laws of King, and it goes all the way through glossary, manuscript text, Anglo-Saxon, customs, vocabulary, Thatcher edition. There's some other books that I've got on that, but then we get into this, right? So constitutional, section 2 is the constitutional documents and statutes, 1100 to 1706, right? Again, Charter of Liberties of Henry at the year 1100. That's really important. I'll start by telling people that the Magna Carta is not the start of our statutory charters or our charters. The actual start of it was the Charter of Liberties, and then part of the Charter of Liberties, you also had the Charter of the Forests. Right, so Magna Carta 1215, 1216, 1225, 1297, Confirmatio Cartarum 1297. That's the one I always try and talk about and tell people about. And I'm going to take you to that. You've got the Treason Act, Statute of the 5th, Liberty of the Subject, 1354, Observance of Due Process of Law, really important. Confirmation of Liberties, Confirmation of Charters and Statutes, Confirmation of Liberties again, Petition of Rights 1627. And if Jason is watching this, this is why it can be very difficult to try and map directly to so the American Bill of Rights and the American Constitution comes directly from England, right? There is slight switching between England, Dutch, and Switzerland, right? That's where your direct democracy comes in when you vote and you vote on everything basically. Abolition of the Star Chamber, 1641. Habeas Corpus Act, 1679, really important. But all of these, petition of right, no taxation without representation comes from that one, for example. The Declaration of Rights, 1688-89. The Bill of Rights, which comes up there. The Coronation Oath Act, Crown and Parliament Recognition Act, the Act of Settlement, 1700. And then you've got the Union with Scotland, and the Scottish Union with England, right? So what I'm going to do is try and take you. There's probably two things. I'm at page 74. Let's see if I can bring this up. I hope this isn't going to kick me out. I wonder if I can get to that page 74. No, let's see if I can go to there. Page 74. Let's see what that one is. There it is. Right. So confirmation Carterum 1297. Right. And this is one of the important reasons. You know, when I'm doing a seminar, I show the Magna Carta of 1297 as an image. But it's important that people understand that Edward, by the grace of God, King of England, Lord of Ireland, and Duke of Gun, so he was the Lord of Ireland as well. The island was part of us. To all those that these present letters shall see, shall hear or see, greeting, know ye that we, to the honour of God and the Holy Church, and of the profit of our realm, have granted for us and our heirs that the Charter of Liberties and the Charter of the Forest, which were made by common assent of all the realm in the time of King Henry our father, shall be kept in every point without breach. Right, and so this is crucially important because this was a solemn oath to God. Right, this is so crucial, and we will that the same charters shall be sent under our seal, as well to our justices of the forest, as to others, and to all sheriffs of shires, and to all other officers and cities throughout the realm, together with our writs, in which it shall be contained that they cause the aforesaid charters to be published, and to declare to the people that we have confirmed them in all points, and that our justices, sheriffs, mayors, and other ministers, which under us have the laws of our land to guide, shall allow the said charters pleaded before them in judgment in all their points, that is to wit, the Great Charter as common law, and the Charter of the Forest for the wealth of our realm. 2. And we will that for any judgment to be given from henceforth contrary to the points of the charters aforesaid by the justices, or by any other of our ministers that hold plea before them against the points of the charters, it shall be undone and holden for naught. Right? This is one of the things that Sir Edward Coke talks about. And we will that the same charters shall be sent under our seal to cathedral churches throughout our realm, there to remain, and shall be read before the people 2 times by the year. So twice a year that to read out the Charter of Liberties, the Charter of the Forest, and the Magna Carta. Right, twice a year to read it out, and that's one of the reasons why you've got a copy of the Great Charter in Lincoln Cathedral, because all of the cathedrals at the time, I believe Exeter was one of them, they had access to that, right? And that all archbishops and bishops shall pronounce the sentence, listen to this, of excommunication against all those that by word, deed, or counsel. So remember what I said about King Charles and where we get it from. And if you go and look at actually the history of the Declaration of Rights, the argument was between the House of Lords and the House of Commons on whether he had absconded or abdicated. And the Lord said he has abdicated, and he abdicated by deed, right? And that they get that from this, right? And the said curses be twice a year denounced and published by the prelates aforesaid. 3. And if the said prelates or any of them be remiss in the denunciation of the said sentences, the Archbishop of Canterbury and York, for the time being, shall compel and distrain them to the execution of their duties in form of aforesaid. And so much as divers people of our realm are in fear that the aids and tasks which they were given to us before time towards wars and other business of our own grant and goodwill, however so they be made, might turn to a bondage to them and their heirs. Right? We have granted to our heirs unfounding. Moreover, we have granted for us, and it goes in profit share, saving prizes, due customs, section 2, constitutional, and it goes on to their skins community. There's a load of this, but the basics of that document is it tells you there's a Treason Act, statute of the 5th, a statute made at Westminster in the Parliament holding in the feast of the Saint Hilary in the 20th year of the reign of King Edward III, right? Statute of the 5th. None shall be taken upon suggestion without lawful presentment nor disenfranchised by course of law. And it basically said anything that's not addressed will be holden for error and be of none use. Liberty of the subject, there's another one there. Let me see. Observance of due process. Now, this is the one that I show. Observance of due process of law, 1368. Statute made at Westminster on the first day of May in the 42nd year of King Edward III, right? And then it goes, none shall be put to answer without due process of law. And there it says at the end of that, and if anything from henceforth be done to the contrary, it shall be void in law and holden for error, right? So as long as you're doing things the right way, Confirmation of Liberties, 1405, again, all of this is in there, and all of this, these are where all your rights come from. There's so much of Petition of Right. This is another cracker. 1627, Chapter 1, 3A Channel, June the 7th, 1627. Peach along exhibit is the majesty by the spiritual temporal concerning divers rights and liberties of the subjects, where the King's Majesty rule in Parliament to King's Most Eminent, reciting, and it goes into there. Let me find where it says barons, knights provided. Proceedings had contrary to law, that commissions have late issued on which proceedings have been had contrary to law. Right? There's loads of this. You can stop this and read through it. And where also the statute called the Great Charter of Liberties of England, it is declared and enacted that no free man may be taken or prisoners or deceased from his freehold or liberties. This is really, really important, or liberties. So one of your liberties and freedoms is the right to keep and bear arms. It keeps repeating this throughout, right? Or his free customs. It was a free custom to be armed, or be outlawed or exiled. And then it goes all through it. And then there is a part of this, commissions issuing Great Seal proceedings in martial law, pretext, section constitutional, the petition offenders claiming exemption, contrary statutes of laws of the realm. The petition, they do humbly pray, blah, blah, blah. And then, see, normally I'd have this set out, but I'm just showing you. There's a thing there that says, basically, there's the one there, abolition of the Star Chamber, regulating the Privy Council and for taking away the court commonly called the Star Chamber. And that was pretty nasty, the Stone Church. It was a bit of a naughty... The Star Chamber is very similar to the family courts today. And I believe the family courts as they presently exist should be abolished. All right, abolition, and there's loads. Habeas Corpus Act, there it is. And it's not understanding what all this is. Now, if you bring any of this up, I'm going to go back to my normal screen before it goes pear-shaped. So all I'm saying is that information is out there. I wonder if I can actually... I'm sure I did, but let me see if I can do it now. Oh, right, got you. So I just uploaded that. We'll put that on the website for anyone if they want to go and have a look through it and all. And family court, no, the family court is very, very similar in the way it operates today to the Star Chamber, and we abolished the Star Chamber in 1641. And just to make sure you're aware of this, we also abolished torture in 1641. And the Scots carried on until 1708, until the in effect, the British court said you can't be torturing Englishmen. It's like it's not civilized. Let me have a quick look. Right, any questions on that before I move on to the next subject? Let's have a look and see if there's any more questions in there. St George 230. What can we do, Graham, to have more of an impact and get noticed? As I'm really worried we are heading to the very far right in this country, as people have had enough and we will see civil war. That does concern me, to be honest with you, because if you look in history, the only way they can rewrite the Constitution is if it is at the end of a very violent civil war, and then there's no king or queen or monarchy, and then they bring themselves, and they've already done it because they've now got rid of hereditary peers. They'll bring in their peers and the people in the Commons. They'll create a Fabian constitution, and we are technically a Marxist country after that, a communist country. That's how they've done it in the past with various different places. That's how they've done it with Southern Ireland. It's not good at all. I think unless Mr. Lowe is abducted and made to sit on one of your seminars without his miners who'll never listen. There are many of them that are listening. I've got to be honest with you. I am seeing, not only am I seeing things that they're listening, I am seeing more and more people in positions in Restore that are asking me questions. That's a positive. That ain't a negative. That's a positive thing. But I understand people have been indoctrinated. I mean, it certainly in the last 130 years, Oxford University, Cambridge University, certainly a couple of universities in London and the London School of Economics. If it was down to me, I'd shut them down as the centre of this mind virus against England. But again, I just want to emphasise the fact that what they actually want to do is destroy England. That's what they really want to do, and it's gonna cause a big problem. I'm not asking any more questions. Rumble gets more attention. What? Right, anyone out there? Spooky Bubba's asked the question. No, it don't. It's because the questions, right, are put in. I don't read them on there. They're put into the full English moderators. So if the moderators are not taking questions from YouTube for some reason and putting them in there, I can't see them. It's got nothing. I can't read them on there. It goes too quick on my screen because I've got them all in there. What's this one? 7. I feel a bit obvious looking at him and his dad. I can't get that one. Let's have a look. What are you drinking, Graham? Coffee. I'm drinking coffee, Spooky Bubba. Let me have a look. Spooky Bubba. There's a film called Star Chamber. Michael Douglas. Is there? I ain't seen that. I wonder if that's very truthful, if it's about the same thing. Unity. Let's see if I can't find any other questions. Luke. It was coffee last time. I am drinking coffee, yeah. I like coffee. Coffee's alright. Gives you a bit of a buzz, doesn't it? Those COVID-19 bioweapon jabs got a lot to answer for in more ways than one. No, I agree with you. There's lots of things going on. What time am I coming up to? I've got a little note here as well. It says drink your coffee. I'm like that. It's gone cold now, though. Did anyone, Simon Lacey, blessings, greetings, salutations, DD, and all patriots? Did anyone see 412, by the way, on Friday? Was it Friday I was on there? Yeah. Well, that was quite fun. That was we're talking about various things. Right, so let's get into another piece of this. It's a shame that Roger Cook's died. It's for free. What's that mean? Chuck Money. Is you out there? Hello, Chuck Money. Chuck Money, are you involved with your local restore group? I hope you are. My lot just fucking ignored me. Daily Dragon, yeah, great 412 on Friday. Is anyone see that? Neil, mate, Hitler called Clunson Cosmopolitan Bastard. I don't know what that means. Spooky, don't mind helping, just don't have transport. 412 was very good. Well done. So people looking at that. Chuck Money, well done. So Chuck Money, without declaring who and where you are, would you say that Restore Britain, I mean, are you sort of pushing them and leading them into a direction? Kew Gardens. So you're doing the same. Well done. So there's quite a few people doing it. Yeah, saw 412 DD. Simon Lacey. Eop. I watched 412. Good. Corden Ho. Workout UN 1977. Are you posting your interview with the Restore ladies? Graham. If it's been recorded anywhere, we can probably post it. Fuck me, cheers. What's that one? Lionheart. Lionheart was there as well in Mobile Fault, I believe. Neil Russell, I can get a bit weird trying to recognise people's names. Graham, you don't know Cordenhob? No. Chuck Money, I have posed questions, but the replies haven't been so great. But I'm still hanging in. That's what I mean. Most of them are ignorant. Orwellian Nightmare. Stargate is an excellent sci-fi movie. Let me have a look. I've got some more questions come up on my other side here. Graham Gooner Mum DD. I thought our constitution can only be stopped under defeat by war, but is still forever, so back when we get free again. Sort of, but what they'll do is just they'll do the same as they did in Southern Ireland. That's what they're aiming to do. That's their intention, is to destroy England with regionalisation. That's why when Rupert Lowe starts talking about removing devolution, that's not a bad thing, as long as that means getting rid of the London Assembly and giving and putting Middlesex back as a county, and I would get rid of the Metropolitan Police, and then the constituent areas go back out. There is a way that we did it before that worked well, and then they all investigate each other if there's any corruption. Right, anything else coming up there? There was a lot more I was going to talk about tonight. Has everyone seen that? Allegedly, I don't know if anything's gone on today, but a deal has been signed by the United States of America, President Trump, and the Iranians. Anyone in the chat can give me the answer. Is that true? Because I don't know. And evidently, that during that process, Netanyahu started throwing missiles at Lebanon or something, or Beirut. And President Trump evidently rang him and said these exact words: "What the fuck do you think you're doing?" The guy's just a proper diplomat, isn't he? What the fuck are you doing? and basically told. So I think there's certain things going on with that, but I can't. I don't know. Yeah, got me some more watching. Do Stargate. Staffordshire, it's true, DD. Okay. So has the ceasefire held up so far? Or is Iran absolutely annihilated Israel? Because I think the Americans are going to pull away. Israel's going to start, I think, because they're already leaving Israel, the wealthy Jews, and going to different places like Panama, Thailand, and other places, and Argentina. And once they've gone away from there, there's going to be no one to defend them. I think they're just a puppet regime now. And then the powers to be are just going to say to Israel, finish them off. And that is what's happened. Hopefully, it'll be all the nonsense that are left and get annihilated. Adam H. It appears that way, yes. Another statement that Michelle Obama is a man. Was it? Jews are going Cyprus en masse recently. Yeah. Cyprus is another place that they're targeting. Go back to the county sheriffs like in the US, where they're only ones directly elected by the people. No, I agree with you, Jason. That's exactly because that's an English system where you elect the sheriffs. And there's another lieutenant generals were also elected by the people, and they were a direct link to the Crown. And they govern the Shire in itself from a monarchy point of view, and they would have an interaction with the Shire Council and or the County Council, and then everything was kept tickety boo. Yeah, Big Mick, Shizzy 15, yes indeed. The Cypriots don't like the Israelis. Yeah, I know. I know a few of them don't like the Israelis. Ace Jace, evening Shizzle 15. I've got to be honest with you, there's not many people who do like Israelis. They're arrogant, nasty people. They are. They're looking for funds. I mean, let's have it right. Even when Tommy Robinson went over there, they were terrorising him. Rachel Brown, can't see that. Let me have a look. See any more information out there? Not really. Any other questions? Maria Mechanic, all the Jews left are going to become Christians, DD. It's going to be an amazing thing, really. Wilnut, Archernut, I'm about to start watching the first series. It's true, this country is 3 trillion in debt. I'll probably say that's an understatement. Question: in the USA, the city can be held responsible the same as the person. For some iPhone WS disconnected. To optimize continued camera, iPhone disconnected. Oh, I don't know why it's doing that. Oh. there's a different angle for you. What do you think of that? Oh dear, I don't want to show the rest of me bookshelves up the top there, do I? I'll get accused of all sorts of things. Oh look, there's a dragon. That looks a bit rough, doesn't it? Ice time. Right, I'm back again. What did you think of my camera? It's disappeared after Mr. and Mrs. question. Am I back again? Tell me if you can hear me. I'm back on a Rode mic. It's going to be playing up because it don't like how much better quality picture. What was a better quality picture, this one or the last one? Hang on a minute, I can't do that because it would be too near my. Let's have a look. Simon Lacey 5x5 a positive symbol. Not private. Let's have a look. Let's go back on there. Silence out. Ace Chase. Can you see me? I'm back on there. I haven't got. I'll have to put it round that way, wouldn't I? I don't know if I could put that on there like that. You lot probably think I'm mad. Hang on, let's see if I can put that on there. Yeah, let's see if I can put it on there. You won't be able to do that. If my phone falls off and on the floor, I'm blaming you lot. Right, hang on a minute. Get off. Let's see if that comes up. Graham's iPhone camera again. Oh, blimey. Yeah, I'll have to get the other camera out. Oh, it's gone pear-shaped on me already. Look. You shouldn't do these things live because it tends to have a serious effect on the quality of the video. That's not worked. It's sort of on down here, isn't it? You like it though, didn't you? Do you think that's a better quality video? Is everyone telling me is that a better quality video? You won't like that, will you? Oh look, can you see that one? Yeah, look, it's my present. Do you want to see my present? No, you're on mute. You like that, didn't you? I like that one. It's got to go on there permanently. Might have to put another book on there. I don't want to put it on that part. Let's have a look. What, you don't like that or you do like that? Timbuktu. What's the quality of that? That's better. No, the other one. But you think the other one's better? You don't like this, so you don't like the quality of this one? Because I could easily rig that camera up. It'd probably go bang on me. Right, tell me which camera quality you think is better. Either the one I'm using now, right? So this is camera number 1. This is the iPhone camera. Shouldn't really be doing it with that camera, right? Or camera number 2, which is that one. See, that's set up different, isn't it? Now all of a sudden you've got an image, haven't you? Other one. Right, let's have a look. You need a shave. Oh, yeah, I know. I ain't had time. Listen, from the time I got up this morning to now, I have not stopped. I promise you. Right?
True.
Shout out a bit louder so that you know.
Absolutely true.
Right, see what I mean? Janet says to me, "You going to stop and do this?" And no, I'm just doing this. I'm just doing this. And then next thing you know, right, it's like you're going live in 20 minutes. I'm like, oh, nose hair could be plaited. I ain't got no nose hair. Don't make me. Ace Chase number 2, even though one's clearer. So you think this is a better image, but you like? I mean, I could go and get the holder for that, and then it would be, and I could position it so you could see it. I might even do that. Colour better on number 1. Yeah, the colour's probably better. Like Graham says, are all English common and constitutional law. Let's have a look. Yeah, we can count your eyebrows on yeah.
I'll get the tweezers on
you-
them later.
You can count my what? Eyebrows. Yeah, Chuck Money. Camera 3 is the best one. Chuck Money. You know there ain't camera. Oh, you mean camera 3, meaning this one? Yeah, this camera 3. If I turn this, I might even turn that around for a laugh. Yeah, I'll turn around. Yeah, it's camera 3. Ready? Oh, there it is. This is camera 3. God, only me, only I could do that. Right, there you are. Right, there's camera 3. Only DT could have 3 cameras at his disposal. Look, eh? I don't like myself. I look a bit weird. I've got a big light darking in my face. Let's turn that camera off. How'd you turn that camera off? Just, there you go. Look, see? Hang on. Trying to work that one out. Yeah, that's the worst thing you've ever seen, isn't it? Anyway, that's going off. Oop. That one. That made you all feel seasick. Good God. Yeah, no, exactly. That's what I thought. Neil Russell, Graham Moore's OnlyFans. Don't tempt me. All right, let's have a vote. Who wants a Graham Moore OnlyFans account? No, not you. Right. Yeah, you don't get a vote. Saxon Kurt, fuck, that's scary. Scary, isn't it? Here. Saxon Cocktail. I could be coming out of Spain shortly. You got a spare bedroom and a swimming pool. It'd be handy. I need a break again. DD does DD does this. Did you ever watch that video? It's actually quite amusing. That's better. Feel at home now. Normal. Yeah, no, that's just normalised, isn't it? This is a good little setup, really. It's more organised now, and I've got it on a little table, and I've got screens coming out the side again. Feels more natural, but there's still not enough oomph to this particular laptop, but there's not a lot I can do about that. Juicy and Lucy, more like only one fan. Thank you. Yeah. Only one fan. Skewiff, we will pay to keep your clothes on. Yes, mate. And a spare key. What, you got a spare key to what? Jewish businessman in the Middle East is converting landmines into prayer mats. DD does Devon. Oh, I forgot to tell you. I've got to tell you something. I forgot to tell you all this. I swear to God. We was talking in a pub the other day, and I said, "Where's a great place we can go in Devon?" And right, and whenever I've got any of them videos on there, let's see if I can. I've got to show you this. Let me tell you something. There's nothing like this place you've ever been to. Right, let's see if I can find it. I sent all the images. I'm not sure I've got them. Where did I send them images?
Faithful, wasn't it?
Huh?
Faithful.
Who?
Was it Faithful?
I don't know if I did send them there. I sent these images, right? So this place is called the Highwayman. It's a pub. And they said in the pub next to me, you should go down there. It is known to be the most eccentric place in England. Well, I'll tell you what, it did not disappoint, right? The level of detail that the bloke who owned and operated this pub, he's got signs outside that says no coaches and no minibuses, right? He likes individuals or couples coming in, right? They do sell food there. He's only open, I think, 3 times a week, and then he's got funny hours, right? So I've pulled up in the car park, and there's this giant pair of shoes, massive, great big pair of shoes either side of the car park, right? When I say massive, Janet was standing next to one of them, and the shoe was bigger than her, right? And then the side of the pub is was there was a towel or fairy tale where was it old mother lived in a boot?
Yeah.
Someone lived in a boot. So the side of the pub is a boot, right? And then it's got all these tiny little places. I ain't got to the good bit yet. There's another place. Well, someone's sending me. Oh, we are. These are videos, right? This is the weirdest place ever, right? I swear to God, you never see anything like it, right? This is only some of it. This is not all of it, right? So every part of the pub has got a different feature. And where we went, and we sat down and had a dinner in there, right? You have to go through this, and then as you weave round to the pub and go into this thing, you have to ring a bell to let people know that you're coming round a corner, right? Because you can't see round a corner to get places, right? But one of the elements of it, it's built like the captain's quarters of a ship in the 1600s. It's got an old diving bell thing in there, right? But every part, it's got you feel like the thing is going to creak with the sea moving, right? And it's got windows that looks out and all that, right? But to get into the pub itself, you open the pub front door, and it's a carriage. The porch to the pub is a carriage. So you go through the front door and you can sit either side of the thing, like you're sitting in a horse and carriage with all of the. It's weird. Trust me, it's the weirdest thing you've ever seen in your life, right? Let me see if I can share it with you because it is interesting. There it is. There's one of them, right? So part of it is an Egyptian place there in there. This is in the pub. It's the most eccentric pub you've ever been in, right? Right. So this is part of it, right? I'm showing you it now. That is that you go down into what used to be the beer cellar, which is like a little cave that you can go in. Oh, there's the carriage, right? And you can see the ceiling of the carriage. Can you see that? The person there, look. Can you see it? That's the porchway, right? It's the weirdest thing you've ever seen in your life. There it is there. So you get in, so you go through the doorway and then you're in the carriage to get in, right? There it is there, right? But everything's done, even the ceiling of it's done. It's like you're sitting in a carriage, right? But the pub itself, I don't know whether I've got the rest of it on there. Stop sharing. Where did I send the other pictures? But so there's different features of this place, honestly, and all the different people that were in there were going. Not a single person wasn't. They was going, wow, right? And they was walking into the next room of the pub. Well, you can sit down and have a drink, right? Wow. And it was the attention of detail of this person is obviously eccentric, but he was very artistic and possibly autistic, right? In the way his attention to detail and the way he had created this place was unreal. Like, well, put it this way, Janet rang her sister up and said, next time you're in Devon, you have got to go to this place. But then outside, and they've got a little thing in there, and it's built like a little house in a car park, right? It's all got little windows and doors and all that, and all, like a massive doll's house, but it's big, right? And it's got the smallest antique shop in the country, and then inside there's loads of little antiques with little prices on them. If you want something come out, they'll sell it to you, right? But it's a proper little. It looks like a house, and it is a proper little house. It's weird. It's weird, right? Oh, there's so much. Oh, and it's got a dragon. Let me see where else I put that. It's got a dragon on top of the roof, right? That's why I liked it, as you can imagine. Yeah, well, look, I'll show you some of the things on this one. Let me see if I can show you. So this is the outside of the pub. Again, I'll show you this one. I'm not sure where I sent everything to it. There it is there. Tell me if you're bored with this, but this is this place. It's called the Highwayman, right? And there's the dragon on top of the pub. It's a proper old pub. The pub dates back to 1250, and there's some really interesting stuff about this because there was highway robbers down there. And what shocked me listen to this, in 1250, in Devon, by not far from where we are, Oakhampton, right? And on that road, outside that inn, highwayman robbed some Duke of Essex, right? But he lived in Essex. But he was ill for whatever reason, or in a carriage or whatever. Pulled up, nicked it. But they robbed. I think he had 4 guineas on him and 20 silver coins or something like that, right? But then they stuck a reward up for the highwayman. And in 1250, think about this, in 1250, they put a reward up. This is the bit that shocked me, of £100 for the capture and for the trial of the 2 highwaymen. And if you couldn't get both, they'd give you 50 quid for one of them, £50 for one of them. If you think about how much £100 was worth then, right? It was just gobsmacking, right? I think I've got the whole story of it. Bearing in mind that I like all that. There's that image of the dragon sitting on top of it, right? There's another one. There, that's that boot, right? So the side of the pub, you can walk in. It's got seats. There's the boot, and it's actually made as a boot, and there's a little doorway in there, and all. This is a real pub, by the way. And it goes back hundreds of years. Let's see if I can bring the next one up.
That tree they built into it,
Yeah.
what he dragged down from the moors.
Yeah, but there was a tree stump, and he dragged it from the moors, and he said it looked like a dragon. So they coated it and then made it into part of the bar. It looks stunning, right? So there's that place there. The reason I'm saying this is because there, if you can see that, and by the way, you can stay there. You can put your camper in the garden and pay them, and you can stay there. There's them 2 shoes either side. You're not bored with this, are you? You're interested in this because this place is the weirdest place you've ever been in, right? There it is there, right? There's a picture of the highwayman on the side of the building. The bit that shocked me was there's the littlest antique shop. There's a little doorway, and there's all the antiques, and there's doorways to get into the pub, right? This is proper boozer, by the way. Let me see if I can bring that up. There's the shop there. Right, it's tiny little shop. Opening times was weird. That's the place opposite. Right, but that's it. What you're not going to see is that's the carriage. Do you remember I said there was a carriage? So that's the front door of the pub that looks like a carriage, right? Looks like you open that door, and then either side of there are the seats, and you can sit down and wait to go in there and get seated, right? You wait for the waiter to come out. It's weird, right? This is proper eccentric, right? Where's the other one? Because I had pictures. I had actual pictures of the inside as well. I was shocked at how great how great it all was. What suffering? Yeah. City has been held responsible the same. Let me have a look. Anything else on that? So hopefully you all enjoyed the look of that. Oh, it's way cool. Yeah, no, I'll tell you what. I thought it is by far the most eccentric place I have ever been in, and I cannot give it justice, even with photos explaining what it was like, right? Even Janet was saying, you just can't explain this place. Extraordinary. It's not weird. That's the thing. It's like walking into an artist's mind, right? And every bit that you go in, it's just different. And you think, like, I'll give you an example. They got a dartboard in the pub, right? But the dartboard is mounted on a tree, on a sideways cut, and then put down tree trunk where the tree bits are coming off of it. And you went, that's weird, right? But there ain't nothing. And then when you go and ask for the drink, they sort of look at you strangely, like, who are you? Where you been from? You're from London, right? It's one of them weird places.
Well, there's a
But-
grotto in there as well, isn't there? The grotto. With
Oh
the-
yeah, they got a kids grotto in there. Yeah, but they got another grotto which was a bit weird, wasn't it? A bit of a
Yeah, the weird one. That's the one I mean.
the evil one.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was an evil one which I didn't like. I had a sense of not liking it. You said as well, didn't you? You're a bit witchy.
Yeah.
You said you could sense
Definitely.
something in there. I'm not surprised, bearing in mind it dates back to 1250. It sounds a bit Willy Wonka Chocolate Factory. It's the weirdest thing. It's the weirdest case ever. You could spend hours walking around looking at everything. Mr. and Mrs. English. Yeah, you could. It is definitely weird. What's it called? The Slaughtered Lamb. No, it's the gaff is called the Highwayman, but it dates back to 1250. It's one. Yeah, there's lots of old pubs down here, but it's a proper old boozer. But you can. So there's parts of the original pub is still there, and all they've done is put the bits on it. Not.
Oh, there's church bits as well, aren't there? The bits from the church. You know, the panels across the back.
Oh yeah, there's church bits in there, aren't there?
Yeah.
But even the seats in there are weird, aren't they? There is nothing in there that.
There's nothing normal about it.
Nothing normal. Everything you look at, you'll go walk around the corner, and then you'll take a double look at it and stare at it, and then you'll walk around the next part and you'll look at something else, and then you'll look at that, and then something that'll catch your eye, and then you end up. It's enchanting. Is the word I'm looking for. That's not nice. Calling Janet a bit witchy. Janet is a witch. She is definitely a witch. She can tell things. It's like walking into a book of fairy. Yeah, I mean witchy in a nice way. I'd rather have a witchy with me than against me, put it that way. Thank you, Patriots. We just need 45. Oh yeah. Can everyone hit the like button? Hit the subscribe button. Can anyone tell how many subscribers we got? Because we need our subscribers well in excess of 10,000. So I think 400 away. So the more people watching on YouTube, and the more people watching on Twitter, and the more people watching on Rumble. If you're not subscribed, come over to Rumble and subscribe. Trust me, this platform is going to be the platform to be on in, I reckon, less than a year. And people start shutting all the other stuff down, and they won't be able to stop us being on here. So people need to understand it. Let me have a look. Grasshopper 9.6k on Rumble. All right, so we're probably 400 off on this channel. And when you go and have a look at other English channels, I mean, like normal people, you'll notice that they've got nowhere near that, right? it takes effort. I think Janet said the other day, how many shows did you say?
260 live shows a year.
260 live shows a year, live shows, right? And then earlier on, we started watching, which I'm going to put it back on with Janet. I don't like watching myself back, but the first the seminar, first day of the seminar, I've got that back off of our very own audio and video engineer who was there doing it all, right? And I kept saying, and I found myself listening, right? And it's almost detached that it's not me that I'm watching, right? And then I looked at Janet, I said, this case is quite interesting. She went, yeah, right. And then we was watching, and then we were both like that, listening to all the bits and how it was put together. And it does, you know, I don't like re-listening to myself. It's different. You know, it can be useful if you're doing certain things wrong. So, and there are certain things that I do wrong, and by watching it back, you can try and stop yourself from doing certain things, right? I don't know, like picking my nose, or no, not really, or have a shave before you come live, or pick what camera so you don't actually show anything too much. But yeah, so hopefully we'll have that up this week. I don't know if Adam's out there. Is Adam still out there? When do you think the 1080p version will be up, ready, and can be just uploaded onto YouTube, Twitter, and Rumble? Let me see if Adam's out there. He's probably doing something. Or he's out walking his dog. Neil Russell will know. Yes, what's that, Mr. and Mrs.? Neil Russell, Rustic. Sounds familiar. What's happening here? Let me have a quick look, because I'm not going to spend H.I. Graham. Day one is on there now. All right, so how do I do that? How do I get the 1080p version of that? All right, so I can just download it and upload it. Okay, and I'll see if we can do that. In that case, I don't know whether it'd be good to to send it to Mr. To Juicy and Lucy. Adam H.E. Correct, yes. All right, so I can upload the first day's one up there. Seriously, I agree. Reckon you'd have to be a bit on edge before taking anything. What's that? Adam H.E. I'll be editing day 2 tomorrow. Thank you, Adam. I know how much work's involved and all. It's grief. Especially when you're doing that. But I am very impressed with the quality of it. I think we could have, hopefully from my camera image, I was trying to get the vote where everyone just stuck their hands up so people would understand how many people was there, because there was a lot of people there. 9.6 KDD, thank you. Rumble was giving me trouble last night. I get kicked off. It's either suits you, doesn't. We're all different. What's that one? Jason. I hate Pink Floyd. Adam, I don't particularly like Pink Floyd. Adam H.E. the vote is in the day one edit. Oh, is it? Yeah, but what, with people putting their hands up and you can see the whole audience? That's what I'm saying. Whereas, so you had your camera and then my camera is on the back. My camera on the back, I think, picked up more of the audience. If it didn't, these are how we can get a video on the back of the audience. So when we do it, and then so you can see that the voting's taking place. That's all. It ain't a criticism, by the way. It's just you learn. If you've got 3 or 4 cameras, you can do a lot more to it, and you've got a lot more editing. What's this one? DJ, why does a shipment go by road and a cargo go by boat? This has confused us forever, laugh out. Who's put that on there? Why does a shipment go by road and a cargo go by boat? Why does a shipment go? But I ain't got a clue. I'm sure if you went and looked at the history of that, it'd tell you. What's that? Spooky Bubba. The Remington place scared me when I was younger. Yeah, I've added your camera to the edit so you can see the audience. Oh, right. And even then, I think I'd zoomed in too much on the stage. I should have zoomed out because there was more people sitting all the way back. Where you go?
I wasn't sure.
Why do you want me to?
No, I didn't know. I thought you said the other day you mainly.
No, I won't mention that. Only because I don't want to encourage it.
Yeah.
Thanks for your hard work. Yeah, no. It is hard work doing editing. So today in particular, I've been literally got all these books out trying to go through it, and it's took me all day, and it will probably take me all day tomorrow to finish off just the preface of the book, and then start to set out and then talk about each one, and then what I'm going to concentrate. Well, I'm going to concentrate on all of our rights. But I am going to go into detail about why, and show the law, and show previous cases, and show X, Y, Z, and show all the commentary from numerous people through history that said that Parliament is not sovereign, right? But also your absolute right to keep and bear arms, right? So I'm going to do that in so much detail that you could use that book to present your own case, right? And that's the way it should be. But it's going to be in layman terms, because this is in the eyes of the subject of the realm, not of some prick of a barrister, prick of a solicitor, or prick of a judge, right? This isn't from the state's point of view. This is from our point of view. We have the right. They're our rights. They don't belong to the state. They wasn't given to us by the state. They're God-given rights. Spooky Brother Jason, I'm more new wave and contrasting Zappa. No problem, we're only something funny with me urinate then. No, right, that's it really. We're just getting started. Yeah, there's going to be a lot more of what we're doing, and then hopefully we'll get some more events covered as well. That's it. I ain't going to keep going. I only come live tonight really just to let you know I'm still alive. Here I am, still kicking. Hopefully I'm going to download this other thing in a couple of minutes. Do I need a link to it, or have you emailed me, Adam? Let me know if you've emailed me with that. Great show, DD. Thanks for your time and respect to all the mods and fellow chatters. Take care, all. Yeah, no, and I'm always grateful to all the mods on all the channels. All of this takes time out of theirs. We're one team. I don't do it on my own. No one wants to get rich and famous out of this. We just want our country back and our rights back, and send all these other people who hate us somewhere else. I don't care where they go, but not England. Can't wait to get your book, DD. It's going to take me a while to write it, but trust me, it's getting there. Going to start leafing this week, D. Yeah, no worries. And another quick one. I mean, I've got these new. Did I take pictures of them? I did, didn't I?
Took one of.
I'll tell you where the other images are. They're on my normal phone. I didn't send them to anyone. I just took photos. So I've got to send them to myself to be able to show them to people. Mm-hmm. So to bring it up on WhatsApp. But then you got that.
I've got the one that was from the bed.
Yeah. What, you want to show people our bedspread? Think you? You're kinky, you, aren't you? She's kinky. Witchy's kinky, you know. God. No wonder the neighbours keep smiling at us.
They do, don't they?
Yeah.
Hello.
Have you got that video?
It's not a video.
Well, stop talking to yourself and send it.
It's just a photo.
I'm only putting you under pressure.
It's coming.
This is my little gnome. Let me have a look at this. Have you seen it?
Yeah.
Oh, well done. Now, let me see this one. Oh, right, this will make you... Oh, no, there's the other ones that are on there. Oh, yeah, that's me holding it up. I look fat in that one. Oh, here, I've got to show you that. Janet's took a photo of me in that gaff, right? I'm going to show you this one. Just have a... this is where we sat down and that. Do you remember what I said to you? That it looks like you're in a ship, right? Have a look at this. There it is. I'll bring it up on the screen. Can you see that? That's me. Yeah. And it looks like we're sitting on a ship, right? But on this, you got oars and then you got the ship's lights and all that. They got things in the roof like hatches in the roof. But it's also going through the centre of it but on the roof is the wheel of the ship, a massive wooden wheel on the ship. Then is somehow they've put this thing on the roof. It really is absolutely spot on. Right, let me have a look and see if I can find this one here. I'm showing you, Daddy Dragon's bedspread. Can you see that? Common law and constitutional rights belonging to the English, and then there's all our rights on there. Common law, constitutional, removed by the British. There it is. And just to make sure everyone's aware of this, do you think that's funny? That's actually our bedroom. That is funny, isn't it? Do you not think that's funny? I think that's funny. There you go. So I'm going to put that on there. What do you think of that? Galleons. Let's have a look at that. Goonamum. Let's have a look. Wilnut. I became Gunny. What's that one? Let's have a look. Nice bedspread, DD. It's funny, isn't it? Goonamum. Wilnut. Oh, just reread your text. Went 5 miles in head. Don't blame us, right? Andy, we need that framed. That's fantastic, Graham. Right, so what we've done is I've got another 3 banners made, right, which cost us, right? Don't forget, I don't spend money on myself. It's all about what we do and how we present it to people. So that is a big banner that goes up on the stage, and then I can talk through the rights and everyone sees it. But that image, you can actually show everything. So one of them on there is Commission for Ecological Causes and all other commissions and courts of like nature, e.g. Sharia via Sharia councils, Halachic via Beth Din courts, means Jewish courts, and any foreign religious law are illegal and pernicious. You can't have any other form of law than the English common law in England. That's it, right? And we don't do fanatical religious behaviour from courts or otherwise, right? If you want that, go somewhere else, right? But England don't do it. Is it for sale? The bedspread. What that? I can send it to you if you want to buy one. Who said that? Andy AD. Could be a good seller, that. So people were saying that they look, I'll buy it framed. That's massive, though. It's where you could put it. So that costs us, right? How much was that? £60 plus VAT, free delivery. But that's vinyl, right? So it can go. You can frame it. You can put it up. You can put it out in your front garden if you wanted to. You could put it up there and say, like, I'm English. So we also had observance in due process. I did have that somewhere, and someone nicked it. What was the other one? And the other one is to do with the one that I said that is the oath system that backs up the Magna Carta. So I've got that. So I can show the history of it more clearly to people. But that one there, which I just showed you, I'll put that out there. Neil Russell, I would buy one. Castle folk. Hi, Sue. But it is all good stuff. Anyway, that's it. So I've just showed you what that is. Let's have a look, see if there's anything else coming up there. A purple download button. Next frame. All right. Okay, so I can go and download that now. So I'll upload to Rumble. I've got to download it and then I'll upload it. Lee Gould 5306. I'd buy a bed like that. Yeah, it's actually a vinyl. It was so big we could only lay it out on the bed, right? So, to take a proper picture, and even in it, I didn't have enough room in there to try and take the picture. I'm just showing you how it looks when it's rolled out. But there'll always be in England. There is. Right, I am going to say good night. God bless. I'm going to now download this video and hopefully upload the first part of Maplethorpe, so people would be able to see it in all its glory. And you can tell me posters would be good. DD. I can get posters made of that, depending on the sizes that you want. Let's Cable is awesome. What's this one going on there? Let's have a look and see what else is going on. Neil Philip, Ryan, great show as always. Thank you. God bless. Right, so I'm off. Good night. God bless. And don't forget what I believe in. The Constitution is the solution. Right. All we've got to do is get these people livened up. If you're inside Restore now and these things, we're the ones who have got to start getting that out there. Because no one else is actually doing it. There was some other things I was going to bring up, but I'm not going to. Right, I might do that tomorrow night for a laugh. But if anyone sees Restore Britain's publication come out, let me know, because I want to read through that and do it. That's it. Good night. God bless.